Um, I'm gonna open this upside down because the front side has a bunch of fucking identifiable information on it, but literally just came to the door right now. That being said, this came from the United States. It's a used board game. What do you think they did to this on me at the border? You want to guess? You're not going to get it right. Oh, close. The number is close. Do you want to know why it was so high? I bet you won't know why the number is so high. Your number is actually really close, though. Not U.S. tariffs? They are sort of. Let me look at this again. Yeah, no, that's what it is. So, scheme mentions alcohol, so you had to pay a regional tax. No. So this got tariffed by the Canadian government, but it's not an American-made product. So how did that happen? If it's not in French, don't you dare take it into Quebec. I got hit with a 25% tariff on this. Taxes aside, I also got taxed and handling fee. I got hit with a 25% tariff on this for steel. This got hit with a steel tariff. Because it's got probably metal coins in it. Isn't that fucked up? Isn't that fucked up? Anyway. So, I'm going to do like a little video to talk about this a little bit. But I guess we'll share the opening at least. So this was used. The steel is probably Chinese. I mean, probably, but it doesn't matter. It's steel that came from the United States. Thank Donald Trump. Yeah, so like we were talking, I was looking at the like new Kickstarter, and like it's pretty reasonable price. And then like I was looking at like they have like acrylic tiles you can buy for the buildings, and I was like, oh, maybe. And it was starting to get really expensive, and I was like, well, or I could just get the version I really want. They stickered your box. No, this is actually in plastic. It's not the original shrink wrap though. So this was listed. I mean, it looks pretty good, but you can tell. I can show you when it gets opened. But this was listed as fair near mint on the website. This is the best copy that they had. You probably can't see this, but fair/near mint. So basically what that means in Noble Knight standard is the components inside are near mint, but the box is fair. And that is like, let me just read this for you guys. So I was terrified about what the box was going to look like when it got here, and I can see why it's listed as fair. Um, but basically, this is like the grading scale, and it's like box/components is how they have it on the website. So you got like shrink wrapped, mint, near mint, excellent. So excellent is like lightly used, but almost like new. Absolutely no tears, no marks, a collectible condition. Very good is used. Medium-sized creases, corner dings, minor tears, scuff marks, small stains, complete and very usable. That already sounds kind of bad. But this box, and this is like all the boxes they had for this game were graded as fair, which is well used but complete and usable. Flaws such as tears, pen marks, highlighting, large creases, stains, and other marks. And that's like, oh dear God, I had no idea what this was gonna arrive in with a grading like that. But this is their plastic. But I can already see why. So if you take a look at this corner right here, you see this square. So that is not the plastic. That is tape. So if you look at this corner here is completely torn. So this box corner is completely torn through. So this is the fair version, right? This is why it was graded as fair, because they have one corner that's completely torn through on the box. But it seems like what they do is when they get these used, it's like, okay, this corner is torn, and then they like fix it with tape so it's like structurally sound, but it's been taped. So we'll open that and see what that looks like. But to me, it doesn't really bother me too much, so long as it doesn't look too bad, right? Like that corner looks like pretty much perfect. This corner's beat up a little bit. This corner looks pretty much perfect, and the components inside are near mint. So everything inside the box should basically be almost as new. So with the exception of like this corner being completely screwed and like this corner being like dinged right here, the rest of it looks pretty good. Like I was scared it was gonna come like fucking dished or like with fucking someone's child's drawing on the front or some shit. But really it's just, if it gets a tear that bad, they probably, or not even, that's not even the right corner, this tear, it's probably, if it gets a tear that bad, they probably can't grade it anything better than fair if it's got a completely fucked corner. But they've seemed to have taken it upon themselves to like structurally fix the corner. But this is funny. Bagged milk, how's it going? This is actually a Ziploc bag. That's some skill right there. This is actually a giant Ziploc bag. That's some skill right there. Get that like that. But I never ordered from these guys before, so I don't really know what to expect. This is the first time I bought one that was used. Like pretty much every game I have, I bought new, but you know, they get wear and tear. I don't collect shit like popular that they're just sold out everywhere that I looked for, and they don't even have very many of those, which kind of makes sense because like no one would have like put those in for credit quite yet. Like for example, like White Castle sold out fucking everywhere, and they don't have a copy of White Castle either. But there is some games I could look for they're out of print, but not too many. There's not too many. Because I assume like the ones that are really, really like desirable, they're going to be like gone out of there anyway. It's not like you're going to find a copy of Glory to Rome in there or something like that. Or it'll be like $1,000. At this point, just make your own copy of Glory to Rome. It's only $250 for an OG copy of Glory to Rome. I don't mean the like shitty looking one. I mean like the black box. Only $250 for a black box? I don't know. $250 for a black box seems really good. Oh no, the crap one. Yeah. No, like I mean the crap one was the OG. Yeah, I guess that's the wrong word to use. I meant to use like, I guess I used the word OG to mean an official copy, not like, because a lot of people have self-printed copies of Glory to Rome for obvious reasons. All right, so there's that taped corner. So that's the damage right there. But like, to be honest, that's a better tape job than I ever could have done. Like it's solid and everything. It doesn't look like it's like, I mean, it looks like it was scotch taped like this, but there's another like layer on here that looks kind of like packing tape, but I can't tell if it's packing tape or if it's like clear duct tape. I think it's packing tape. But towards the back of the shelf, no one will know. Well, yeah, you could always just, what corner is it? This corner? You could always just face it like this. And you probably would anyway, right? This is the sideways, and this is the like upright. But everything else about the box seems fine, right? Like it's just, this corner is completely destroyed, but they fixed it. And everything they said in here was near mint, so like there's like this stuff in here should be like flawless, right? And it looks it too. Like this doesn't even look, it just doesn't even look used. Like maybe it was played one time, you know? It's punched, but I wonder how well it's stored it under here. It's the kind of thing where like they would have to go in and make sure the components are complete. So I'm sure these are like bagged in some way. Oh yeah, look at that. To be honest, this doesn't even look played. This looks like punched and unplayed. Because this looks like the original bag for these. I don't think these ever actually left this bag, if I'm being honest. But here we go. Here's the culprit. These fucking things. And you can tell these aren't even copper. Look, they're not even copper. If you can tell, there's steel in there. These are steel. So this shit here probably cost me like 40% of the price of the game. This right here. That's so fucked up. Very good condition. Black box Glory to Rome for 250 Great British pounds. That's like $500 Canadian. Bring with you trash, no art copy. Well, what I did in the past with games I didn't want is I posted a giant lot on Kijiji for like a really good price. But the problem with like the regular old, these are like pretty thick board too. These are nice. The regular old board, boring Puerto Rico. The problem with that is like I don't know if anyone wants that, and it's like not expensive. Like for example, like what does Noble Knight sell a really good condition original box Puerto Rico for? And I would probably even go cheaper than that to get rid of it. You know what I mean? I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that they're trying to get like $25 for this thing. Really? $25 for this thing? There's no way. There's no way, right? This says original was 95, so that must mean that they're like charging a lot of money because it's an old version of the game that you can't really get anymore. To me, this is worth like $5 to $10. There's no way. There's no way this is $25. I don't know. It'll probably be one of those things where like it'll end up in a like when I call a bunch of games, which is coming soon. Probably end up on a marketplace post, and then if no one wants it, it'll fucking get donated or some shit like that. Because I'm not really expecting anyone to necessarily want that copy of Puerto Rico, but I got other like classics I gotta get rid of too, like an old Castles of Burgundy and stuff like that. Here's some boats. I mean, everything looks really good, so. The coins kind of went everywhere. So overall, like, for someone who like is gonna play this copy, like I'm not gonna like try to like keep it in collector's condition or whatever. This like one corner doesn't actually bother me. This this one broken corner that they've fixed really well, like that doesn't actually bother me at all. It's not perfect, but the rest of it, everything looks good except for like that little ding right there. But that doesn't even, I guess it's the kind of thing where like in the future, like that could go or something like that if it got hit again. But what? I told you. It's the one that has no art on the buildings.
Now we've got art. We paid extra for the coins.
Yeah, we paid extra for some steel coins. God damn fucking tariff. It's a nice copy though. Look at it. Isn't that pretty? Too much. It's better. We'll put it this way. It's better than if I backed the like Kickstarter. There's a Kickstarter for one of these that had a whole bunch of miniatures and stuff. You could have spent like $500. Oh yeah. Oh, I wasn't going to do that, but we can go there if you want. Yeah, it's cheaper than if you destroyed the bumper on the car. Ooh, that's never happened, right? Destroyed is a strong word. Was it completely replaced or not? It's just a joke. She's a great driver. She's laughing, not me. She cares very much about driving. She cares very much about her driving performance. She tries her best. I can't say anything because I would probably fucking hit a curb too.
He's a great driver too. She's got the best.
Well, I can't really hide the fact that you're cackling at full volume about it.
It's funny because I don't think anyone would call me a good driver.
There's no point in trying to keep any game in collector's condition. Yeah, it kind of depends on like what kind of person you are, but there's that one guy, I can't remember his name, but because I don't watch as much YouTube content as I used to, but there's that one guy on Dice Tower. I think his name was Jason. I can't remember, but he bought 2 copies of every game, one to play and one to keep in shrink wrap. And he had like this like fucking room that was like a warehouse full of shrink wrapped copies because he had 2 copies. He bought 2 copies of everything. And I was like, okay, you know, yeah, takes this a little seriously. Most people need to be taken out back and told nicely to reform. But yeah, like realistically, whereas like on eBay, copies that were like about in this box condition were like $500 or $600, and like there was a shrink wrapped one for like $1,000. This particular copy is hard to get, so like this particular edition. So to me, it doesn't bother me that, like, considering every other thing about it, that this corner is a little punched, and it's fine, right? Like I could get this out, and it's not like I'm worried about the box fucking exploding, you know. And everything else looks great, right? I really can't complain, because I kind of assumed that this particular edition would probably never be in a comfortable price range. I'm actually surprised that I mean, even considering that I got fucking steel tariffed on it, I'm surprised that it was as economical as it was, rather than like get the Kickstarter thing. Because I didn't really want the Kickstarter version. I just wanted a new one. This is the one I really wanted, so I'm glad you brought this up anyway. My wife's not, but I'm glad you did.